Hello, hello, beautiful soul family. It's Breanne here. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you're new to my channel, welcome to Readings with Breanne. I had a lovely lady send me an email hoping that I can do a tarot pull on the Baltic states. So that would include Estonia, Lithuania, and Latvia. So she is curious a little bit more specifically about Latvia, but I'm gonna do a general read for the Baltic states specifically, just a general for all three of them, and we're gonna see what energies are coming out. She did talk a little bit about it sounds like there's been kind of some rumors with the Ukrainian people who are working in Latvia that, they're getting pulled into this war conflict. There's definitely more of a military presence on the streets of Latvia. And also she was talking about the certain CV-19 protocols they're bringing back into the hospitals. And as well as how the birth rate has really been at its lowest. So there's kind of a lot of things, a lot of chaotic turmoil going around all over the world. But I kind of just wanted to share, I've been kind of connecting the last couple of nights because I was thinking of doing a video. I wasn't sure exactly what part of the world, but I was just looking generally in as the collective. So I'm not at all saying, I'm not trying to put any fear mongering out there or anything of that matter, but I want to be open to certain things that I'm personally getting now. Again, this is based off of my perspective and my connection with the crystal ball and spirits and the tarot and oracle as well. So just a perspective from here that I'm sharing with you guys on the energies. But I will be doing a October tarot spread on just the general update in October as we approach closer to that. But I am getting over the next few months, it's going to be quite intense. I feel like this intensifying because Spirit is constantly giving me the last couple of days the word blood, like bloodshed. And I actually was able to see certain visions of just, a heartening situation where there's just lots of blood for some reason. That's something that keeps coming to me. And I'm not saying this is particularly linked with the Baltic states. I actually am getting like definitely they're going through a purge. There's some chaotic, messy maybe situations or conflicts that are happening kind of around them, but I'm not getting a huge, tremendous mess with the Baltic states. I'm not sure where this blood is happening, this bloodshed, this negative I don't want to say negative. Let's say like this certain heartbreaking situation. Because it does feel like there's going to be some intensified times coming up that may be a little disheartening and sad because I feel like there could be some casualties that happen here. Now, I have looked into the past to seeing if there's like a full-on war breaking out, and I don't see that. Of course, these conflicts and things that are going to heat up, but at the same time, it's like I feel like they're going to heat up, but then there's not. We'll have to pull the tarot and see what the energies are coming out, because what I have here with when I was connecting to the crystal ball and the Baltic states is we have the venom and the destroyer that came out. And we have the Seven of Swords. So this is a chaotic energy. And it's like the destroyer. This is purging certain darker, maybe people that could be in power or darker higher ups here that are kind of still left over and just purging. It's like a big purge exactly with this between worlds cards. Like we're not out of the mess. We're not crossed over yet, but we're getting there, because look at the card before that is the Fates energy. So it's kind of this energy of things may get a little messy and they may be very hard, but at the same time there is this new start. There's a bigger picture behind it where this is a new start and we're able to start to build on a beautiful foundation afterwards here. So that heart energy came out as well. So just making sure that you're fully connecting to your heart, and living through your heart here as well. Because I mean, we can't always control what's happening externally, but we can control how we perceive these situations and how we try to use them to our advantage, or maybe speak up or use our voice or share our voice as well. So let's get into it. We're gonna pull the tarot cards and oracles to see what kind of what the energy and momentum is for the Baltic states. Now in the crystal ball, I was specifically getting a lot about, I am getting like a cross as well, but in terms of a medical cross. I do feel like there is, with this energy, an exposure. There's been things that have been hidden, and not for the good things, not good things here. There's a lot of situations, and when I'm seeing the cross, the hospital cross, for example, I'm getting it's in terms of, you know, the CV-19, those protocols that are being brought into hospitals. I don't see this being something that gets blown out of proportion. Again, we can pull some cards on it, but I don't at all see that. It feels like there's actually going to be some exposures about this, and that's what I'm getting with this energy and what I was seeing in the crystal ball. It feels like there is going to be a time, not quite yet, but the lovely lady that sent me an email here, she was talking about how the birth rates are at a low here in the Baltic states. I do see that changing. I'm seeing lots of page energy, which keeps coming out. So we'll see if it comes out in the tarot. But I think this could be, again, relating to that youthful energy. And I do think that things are going to, there's going to be, from what it feels like with this energy, it's like, there's going to be not connections, but working together with the other neighboring countries as well. Kind of a peace offering, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. I don't know why I had so much trouble getting that out. But it's like a truth. It's like a truth. I'm seeing like handshakes. It's like there's this image of two people. I don't see the people, they're just shadows, and there's like a line between them, and they're shaking hands. So it's like this truth that's happening is what I'm trying to get at. So let's see here. What do we have for the Baltic states? All right, let's just look in general. Let's do a general read, and then we can kind of veer off from there if there's more questions that kind of surface here. But what is the general momentum pertaining to the Baltic states? Is there going to be any possible wars or conflicts they're dragged into? We have the ocean energy. Let's get one more. And the healer. Ooh, interesting. All right. And the bottom of the deck is that vision card. So very positive energy coming out. Sometimes the ocean, though, this is kind of like drowning. It's like the ocean is so big and so vast, and it could be like on the darker side of this, like drowning in the ocean. It's that feeling that, you know, a bit of a confusion, a bit of divide. I feel like the faith of the people is kind of diminishing with that energy, but there is that healing. Look at between worlds, and there's a change in the wind. There is a shift between, let's say, realities or timelines that shifts for the better with this energy, because I do feel like intensifying, and then there is it's like a plateau. All right, well, we have the observer that wanted to fall out. Let's see if we can get one more. All right, so we have no place like home, and on the bottom of the deck we do have that conflict and chaos energy. So let's let's pull the tarot. Let's see before we dig into this a little bit. Let's see what the tarot have to say. What is the energy of the Baltic States Spirit? What do we have moving forward? Let's look at the past, present, and the future. And some guidance around that. What's the energy for the Baltic States Spirit? All right. It definitely feels like there's also going to be new leadership as well. We have past, we have the Death card, we have the King of Wands, and the Knight of Wands for the future here. Okay, and then we have the Temperance. See, we have actually pretty decent energy here, you guys. The Three of Wands, and we have the Star. Ooh, all right, so this is quite interesting. We'll probably keep pulling, but let's take a look at what we have here. So if we look at that past energy, we have that death, that transformation, and it's kind of interesting because we have the Star in terms of, I feel like there is intervention like on a bigger scale, like galactic scale here. I feel like there is a collaboration with external forces, whether we realize it or not. I'm not seeing any big hiccups or big messes happening. I know there are some concerns because in the email as well, there was talks about men and women also being forced or pushed to join the army who are not volunteering to do it, and they're receiving fines as well. Maybe we can look at that or pull some cards on that. But the general energy of this is looking pretty decent. We actually have new beginnings and new starts starting over the next little while. So I feel like there's not a big chaotic mess here. It feels like there's also a potential change in ownerships with this energy. I'm not sure why I said ownerships, interesting, but I mean leaderships. Let's kind of look. What do we have for fears, challenges? What other influences do we have here? Page of Swords. Okay, so this is actually coming up as the question when her question in terms of men and women being forced to push to join the army. And when we look at the, the hopes and the fears and the challenges, it feels like this is very much it. The karma is the Judgment card with this deck. So Page of Swords, I feel like this could be the youth, the young men, maybe even women as well, kind of getting nudged to push to join. Now, is there like, yeah, look at that. On the bottom of the deck is that Four of Cups. It's like the disconnect. They're not voluntarily wanting to, but it's like they're kind of being forced to go that way. Now, based off this energy, you guys, I don't see there being a big breakout in terms of a war or additional conflict. It actually feels like the energy here is looking pretty smooth. We have the Temperance, and this is over the Baltic, the actual the Baltic states. The energy of the Baltic states is the Temperance. This is things balancing out. And over the situation, is there going to be ongoing conflict? I mean, Ace of Wands, if you look at this, it's kind of interesting because it almost looks like it could be a cross in the ground in terms of like a grave, but I feel like that could be a little bit more symbolically here in terms of new beginnings. We are putting aside this conflict and chaos here, and we are creating a new, let's say, heaven on earth energy. But I'm not getting any big wars, like we do have the conflict and chaos. So I guess I can't say there isn't any conflict and chaos. There definitely is a bit of a mess here, but it feels like it's going to be smoothed over, and it feels like there's divine guidance, there's protective, something that is protecting and shielding the Baltic states with this energy. So, what do we have for external influences? Oh, that card wanted to fly out. Let's see. The Empress. Okay, so external influences, we have the Empress, you guys. This is Mother Earth. This is fertility. This is growth and rebirth. So, you know what? This is a really beautiful energy, actually. And it's looking fun. It's looking really good. I want to say it's looking phenomenal, but again, we aren't quite, that between worlds came up earlier, and we're not quite out of the chaos yet. We're still in the midst of this, but over the next few months, you know, there could be some more intensifying conflict here, but it does feel, yeah, okay, so there could be some more intensifying, like standing up, maybe some hyped up energy in terms of like, oh, is something gonna happen? Is something gonna explode? Is it, you know, what's going on? It's like that awkward kind of time period, but this will pass and things will come back to balance here. It looks like we have that Three of Pentacles and the Star. We are working together with I don't know what you want to call, I don't want to say the white hats, but counter forces. Let's say that we're working together with the counter forces, and there's a positive movement forward with that Knight of Wands. So let's pull, you know what, I'm going to clarify. Let's use a different deck and kind of clarify all these cards and see if we get the similar energy, because this is looking really positive. What do we have pertaining to the Baltic States spirit moving forward? What's the energy moving forward with the Baltic States, Latvia, Lithuania, and Estonia? All right. The Knight of Wands, the Page of Cups, the Two of Wands. I love seeing that. We have the Page of Swords, Queen of Swords, Five of Swords, and we have the Four of Wands energy. Bottom of the deck is Seven of Pentacles. All right, the floor is getting a little messy here, a little crazy, so stay with me, guys. So, okay, so with kind of clarifying this energy, we haven't looked at this one yet, but if we look at the Page of Swords and the Temperance, there's definitely there's that page energy. That page energy is, I feel like, really present, and I feel like there's new visions here. There's new visions that are coming to the Baltic states here, and I'm almost wondering too if this is to do with the youth, maybe certain programs coming together, programs supporting families, because I mean, I haven't personally researched it too much. I'm just going off of the email from the lovely lady that sent it, and she was, you know, talking about how I believe the Latvians population has shrunk from like 2.9 million in 93 to like 1.5 in 2024. So, and then the birth rate has been the lowest in the EU. So it does feel like with this page energy and the Temperance with the Four of Wands as well, it does feel like this is an energy of there will be a renewable period where there will be, I feel like, again, more births, more youth coming out. I feel like there's actually a change in the possible education with this page is kind of what I'm getting as well. So, and look at this, you guys, I didn't even realize this. We have another page here, page right in the present. So Page of Cups, clarified with the King of Wands energy, and this is in the present now. So lots of youthful energy coming forward, and the Queen of Swords. So this is, I feel like certain matters pertaining to the youth will be addressed. The Swords is about communication. Okay, so, and then in terms of the outcome here, we have the Two of Wands. Two of Wands is starting to plant new seeds. So again, like I said, we're still kind of in the little bit of this battle mode. a little bit of a chaos and conflict, but through the chaos and conflict, that's when healing is going to come to the people, okay? And they're going to be able to start to plant new seeds and start to grow. And with I keep seeing the Empress energy. Look at this. I don't know, did this come out already? But it's on the other deck. With this Empress energy, it's like this new rebirth to, I want to say, to the collective worldwide, but specifically for the Baltic states here. And Seven of Pentacles. This is all about starting to rebuild and grow and nourish the community here. But again, my friends, it's not going to be without some, let's say, conflict, challenges, overcoming. This is kind of fighting back, standing up for yourself, fighting back. This could indicate some violence as well that's happening. And I mean, again, I can't say for sure that when I keep getting the whole scenario where I'm seeing blood and I'm hearing blood bath. I don't, or sorry, I heard bloodshed, not bloodshed was the phrase I heard. I don't necessarily think this is so much linked to the Baltics, but it does seem like with this could be a bit of a violent energy. So there could be some of that underhanded energy that is being taken care of. So like I said, we're still in that in-between worlds. It's clarified by the star. So this energy is being taken down. This aggression, this intimidation, this violence is being taken out. Okay. So it's just a bit of a cleaning up the mess and a bit of a purge energy with the Baltics is what it feels like here. But it has a positive outcome, my friends. So let's see if we can clarify the external influences. Or sorry, no, let's do the hopes, the fears. What do we have here? Let me do my cut. What do we have for the hopes, fears? It's awakening too. I do feel like the collective, the community in the Baltics are also waking up with that Judgment card. Ace of Cups, Nine of Cups. Yes, look at this. So this is about moving away from, they're at that rock bottom energy. So moving away from that stagnant Ten of Swords energy into a new awakening, a new way of living here. And there's success. I feel like there's going to be a lot more, let's say, abundance coming to the Baltics as well, and a lot more benefits for the youth here. So, maybe there's even going to be a lot of young families moving to the Baltics with this energy afterwards. But a lot of this is directed at the pages. We have Page of Swords multiple times. We've got the Page of Cups as well. So a lot of youthful energy, and I did consistently see that pages in the crystal ball, which was interesting. The Six of Swords is it's moving to calmer times, and that's exactly what it feels like. There may be a little bit of chaos and amped up energy happening, you guys, for the next couple of months, but there will be a time where this is going to calm down, and we're going to start to see look at the light kind of shining through on this card. There's going to start to be a new rebirth for the collective and for the community of the people living in the Baltics. Okay, so let's see here. I'll clean up the cards here, and we'll see if there's any other questions we can touch base on pertaining to the Baltics. All right, my friends. So overall, the energy seems, it feels like some of the stuff too. I know she kind of touched base on how she heard some of the stuff from MSN, which again is not necessarily, we probably don't want to focus a lot of our attention on the articles and news that comes out, because a lot of this is fear-mongering based. They're just trying to put you in fear, because when you are living yourself in that survival mode, in fear mode, you're not living in your truth. So you're kind of stuck in fear, giving them the power. But I see this changing. Again, we're not completely out of the woodworks yet here. I do feel like going into 2025 may still be a little bit on edge, but it does feel like as we go into the spring, things are going to start to calm down, and we're going to see some incredible changes over, you know, over the next few years for sure. So let's see, were there any other questions we can kind of touch base on? I know she talked about how they're bringing back the CV-19 protocols in the hospital. Let's pull some things. Is this going to be something they get away with again? I don't think so. I think it's done, but I also feel like there's going to be some exposure. So let's look at the energy of the cards. Will there be some exposure with the CV-19? Or they're going to be more fear-based propagandas pertaining to bringing back certain protocols? Justice. I feel like I don't even need to pull anything else. So we have the Justice. I do feel like this is stuff coming out. It's coming out to the public. There's a bit of a, you know, I feel like a lot of us are awake to this whole agenda, but people that aren't are going to be really shocked when they see some actual evidence come out saying, hey, this is really what you were given. Yes, look at this, the Five of Cups. This is grief, sadness. It's like being kind of a guinea pig, and there's a lot of sadness pertaining to this whole situation. Yes, look at this, three of swords, but it's because there's clarity on this. There's clarity that certain things have been manipulated here. So I don't see this COVID, can I even say that? Let's say CV-19 protocols or restrictions being put back into place like they were. I don't know how they originally were back in the Baltics, but I feel like all over the world it was pretty intense. But here there's clarity coming out about how certain things were manipulated, and they were kind of made to like, hey, this is gonna help you, but there's justice with this. There is justice. I feel like this is even gonna lead to certain arrests and takedowns. And it's already been like, it's been working, it's been going on in the background here. So there have already been a lot of takedowns from this. So kind of interesting just to see. I was kind of particularly trying to focus this topic on the Baltics, but I don't see it getting too crazy when it comes to CV-19. If anything, it actually seems like there's clarity, and there is going to be a reveal about what has been actually inside these, let's say, hokey pokeys. And then, you know what, let's just pull a couple more cards pertaining to, like, we did do the momentum moving forward. So, and I really don't see it breaking out in a big, you know, conflicted war or anything of that matter. There may be tensions that do rise and get to that boiling point, but it feels like it's kind of, I just seen that the world there. It feels like the tides change, the wheel turns, and things kind of, they don't get to that point. Even though it seems like it's going to get to that point, it doesn't. So it's like one thing on the it looks like one thing on the outside, but on the inside it's something different's going on. Okay, hopefully that makes sense. But let's pull a few cards just on the, let's say, the birth rate, the children, the youth of the Baltics. What is the momentum moving forward for the youth of the Baltics? The Chariot, the Eight of Swords, the Strength. We have the Star Energy, and we have a big transformation happening. So it looks like this is like, these are major arcanas, you guys. Look at this. Almost every single card is a major arcana. So this is a big situation pertaining to the children of the Baltics. if we look at that bottom card, we've got the Eight of Cups. So the Devil and the Eight of Cups. So there are certain toxic situations, toxic, let's say, individuals that are being taken down. And when that is complete and all that has kind of subsided, there's going to be a movement forward here. There's going to be justice, it feels like, for the youth, and it feels like a complete transformation. I feel like in certain like programs to systems to absolutely a big change in the youth. It looks like there's a lot of victories. Like there is a movement forward in terms of a victory, but if things have been shielded and closed off for so long, it is going to take some strength. So it will, you know, this there with the strength being right in the center, that there is a lot of, I feel like, the strength that is going to have to come along with this transformation. It's not going to be all just like, you know, celebrations and you know, partying here, but through this transition, it's like, even like I said, the star family, these are, oh, like, oh my goodness, this is a very strong energy in terms of they are very much working hand in hand with the people of the Baltics regions as well. And they're assisting in a transformation here. Look at, oh my goodness, you guys. I cut the deck and we have the Star and the Three of Cups again. So they're very much helping and guiding. I almost feel like it's like a divine intervention here, because with that, maybe there is that timeline where there is all this bloodshed and crazy wars, but there's like a timeline that has been, you know, adjusted here. There's some positive energy coming through here for the Baltics. A big transformation. What do we have for the youth spirit of the Baltics? See, I feel like things have been disconnected for many, many years, especially when it comes to the youth. Nine of Pentacles, but we have that Temperance. That Temperance has been very present in the reading here. There we go. The Sun, the Page of Cups, and the Three of Pentacles. So nothing, again, but beautiful energy. It does look like there will be an increase in birth rates as well. So pregnancies, moving forward here. Look at that Page of Cups. And I feel like these new children that are coming upon the planet, for especially when the Baltics, are going to be very connected to, it's like they're very connected to their origins of their higher self, their star family. So very intuitive, very phenomenal new generation coming to the Baltics here. And look at that, that's a collaboration, working together. I was strongly getting that in the crystal ball with the Baltics working with their neighboring countries, a collaboration and a connection. I seen that handshake, whereas there is coming together and a truce. Okay, so that's kind of what I have for you guys pertaining to Lithuania, Latvia, and Estonia. Let me know if you guys have any questions or comments. I'm sending you all lots of love and blessings on your journey wherever you are. I mean, again, I'm always open to hearing thoughts, comments, whatever you guys want me to pull some cards on. And until next time, lovely soul family, we'll talk to you soon. Bye for now.